Joining us now from the Fox Business Network, our good friend Stuart Varney. Stuart, good morning to you.
Good morning, Brian.
All right, so I want to just go through a list of items. Just bear with me for a moment. Million insurance policies canceled in California. DiFi wants a law that allows you to keep your health care. So does Kay Hagan, who has seen her 17-point lead in North Carolina evaporate over the last month. Kurt Schrader says, we need to make sure that we do something about this, and the president has been grossly misleading. President Clinton says to President Obama, you need to honor your commitment. Healthcare.gov, according to the Washington Post, will not be fixed by the deadline. I can't find one positive Obamacare story anywhere.
Brian, I think you're witnessing a little bit of history here. This is the collapse of Obamacare, and with it goes the basic premise of the Obama presidency. The premise of President Obama's presidency is government. Government does everything. What the individual can't do, what the corporation won't do, the government will do. Well, it's apparent that the government cannot do it efficiently, effectively, or on time or on budget. And I think that undermines the entire presidency. This bill introduced, I believe that Senator Feinstein has joined Senator Landrieu in calling for the restoration of the promise, if you like.
Yep.
Now, that undermines Obamacare, because to do that, if you allow people to keep the policy that they like, you must change the law. And to change the law, you've got to bring Congress in to rewrite the thing. And if you do that, you've opened it up to all kinds of change and total unraveling. I think we're looking at the collapse of the entire program.
One wonders if all of this bad news had dropped just a little sooner, how these Republican efforts to, undo Obamacare might have fared.
That's a very good question, isn't it? Because Senator Cruz can now turn around and say, I told you so. I was trying to save the country from this mess, and you wouldn't listen. You wouldn't go with me. But I was right. I think he could definitely say that as of right now.
Well, you mentioned, Stuart Varney, that Dianne Feinstein of California and Mary Landrieu, both Democrats, is I think about 5 Democrats now who have signed on to their version of this Restore the Promise bill. You heard me talk about how Ron Johnson, Republican from Wisconsin, is going to be our guest in half an hour to talk about his version, and the House has their version. At some point, Harry Reid can't just ignore this. It's going to have to come up because he's looking at 12 Democrats who are in trouble in 2014. If they were to pass this, will the president actually veto this idea and stand by his broken pledge?
I don't see how. Of course he could. And I think there's a school of thought that says he probably would veto it because it destroys the centerpiece of his 2 terms.
Yeah.
But that's a gigantic step.
And down goes
to comprehend, quite frankly.
And down goes his party's majority in the Senate. You would think if that occurs. Let's shift on here, Stuart, real fast. Beyond the presidency and beyond the White House, we're coming up toward the holiday shopping season, and of course, you've always got your eye on the economy. And because Thanksgiving is 1 week later this year, it shortens the time for the big Christmas shopping season, which a lot of retailers are looking forward to. What do you think of Target and Kmart and a lot of these companies now? They're going to be opening in the middle of the day on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, it's ignited a huge debate, and the debate takes 2 forms. Number one, are the retailers desperate? Yes, it's a shorter holiday shopping season, but it's a weak economy. Are they now in desperation opening on Thanksgiving? That's debate number one. I say, yes, they are desperate, and rightly so. Debate number 2, should the big retailers be opening on what is the traditional family day for the United States of America, destroying that family idea for that particular holiday? Now, the debate has really raged on my show. I mean, look at the comments on Facebook. They go both ways on this.
Yeah, we had a debate yesterday right here on the same topic.
Same thing happened.
Well, I come down on the side of the retailers.
Yeah.
And individual freedom and liberty. If you want to go shopping on Thanksgiving, I think you should be allowed to go shopping on Thanksgiving if the retailers want to open for you. That's where I come down on.
All right, Stuart Varney, you praised Brian Wilson on some topic. I can't even remember what it is, but he agreed with you, and it's now become, you talking about how smart and brilliant Wilson is.
Well, that's just an established
It's
fact.
become his ringtone now, Stuart. So I just want you to know, and we didn't do this on purpose, I agree with you on this. I take the retailer side. Brian actually thinks that the retailer shouldn't open up, so I think I deserve some praise.
Larry, there are very few people who have been so consistently right as you. Will that do for a ringtone?
Now I have a new ringtone. Thank you, Stuart.
But here's the real question. When it comes to Thanksgiving Day, are you a dressing or are you a stuffing guy?
I am an American who enjoys the tradition of Thanksgiving. Actually, I give thanks that I made it out of England. I escaped socialism.
There you go. All right, well,
let's give thanks that they got rid of all those nasty religious people all those years ago.
Yeah, so. You Brits have puddings, and they're not even sweet. Stuart, can you tell me, you said that the retailers are panicking. What is the outlook for this holiday shopping season right now? We saw a report that the hiring is actually through the roof compared to past years.
The outlook for the online retailers is spectacular. Amazon is likely to do extremely well this holiday period. For the bricks and mortar guys, looks like it's going to be a so-so Christmas, which is pretty much in line with where it's been for the last 4 years. That means not a boom time. We're not running out there to buy. We might get a 2, maybe a 3% increase in holiday sales over last year.
Yeah.
That's not a boom. That's so-so.
All right, but I guess we'll take it.
I think you've got no choice.
Like we got no choice, that's right.
How's that for a ringtone? Brian, you got no choice.
I hear that all the time. You wouldn't believe how often I hear that in my life, Stuart. Thanks a lot for just ramming it home once again.
It's gotten really awkward.
All right, Stuart. Thank you.